In one of my last videos, I said that fighting games are changing, and that is true. I noticed that my video may have came across negative. That wasn't my intention, and I was surprised how I got not just hateful comments, but completely ignorant ones too. There were some things I forgot to mention, so I want to rectify these mistakes. I said that it had taken 30 years for fighting games to change since the genre was birthed in the 90s. And one of those things was online net play. Back in the 90s we had the arcade boom, and eventually games came to home consoles. Consoles were more convenient. You didn't have to pay endless amounts of coins to play. If you had another controller, you and your friends could play as many times as you wanted. But sadly the player base was only as big as your neighborhood or schoolyard. With the advent of the internet, online gaming became a thing. Now you can play with people from other cities and in other countries as you gamed in your own bedroom or living room. But the netcode was really bad. You see, fighting games had delay-based netcode, and with that kind of netcode came lag and stuttering. It wasn't perfect, just very poor replication of the offline experience. Eventually, rollback netcode was introduced. However, rollback netcode was already being used in video games way back in the 90s. They just didn't call it rollback. In 1998, an online multiplayer shooter called Quake World had a certain rollback system implemented into their games that was mainly called lag compensation. Eventually, a man named Tony Cannon, very important dude, was unhappy with the delay-based netcode in fighting games and decided to perfect the rollback technology and developed GGPO. Fighting games such as Skullgirls and Street Fighter III Third Strike Online Edition used GGPO. Killer Instinct remake on the Xbox came out around 2013 using rollback netcode. This netcode was more responsive, less lag, less delay, and felt better to play on compared to the delay-based counterpart. Other video game companies, especially Japanese ones, were still using delay-based netcode on their fighting games. Looking at you, Bandai Namco. Games such as Tekken 7, Dragon Ball FighterZ that came out in 2018, and Gundam Extreme Versus Maxi Boost On that came to consoles in 2020 were using delay-based netcode. Even JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R that came out in 2022 was still using outdated delay-based technology. That's 10 years of games using outdated netcode. I repeat that, 10 years of games using outdated technology. So for me to say fighting games were way behind the times is not a hot take, not an opinion, it's a fact. Fighting games such as the vanilla release of Street Fighter V and Tekken 7 only had online and offline modes. Admittedly, Tekken 7 had a good cinematic story mode that was a huge selling point. Street Fighter V didn't even have a standard arcade mode. Capcom had to patch in the good stuff after its release. Most fighting games have modes such as arcade, time attack, and survival, with player versus player modes. This is the standard, but Tekken 3 had a beat-em-up game mode called Tekken Force, a fun minigame called Tekken Ball. Heck, even in other games in the series, they had a bowling mode. Was it any surprise that Tekken 3 was one of the best-selling fighting games of all time? It's because of these fun, casual modes. It's the reason why people bought the games. Not just casual gamers played them, but also hardcore players also loved them too. Guilty Gear XX Medal of Millionaires was a favourite of mine as well. The original Street Fighter 2 even had bonus modes where you destroy a car and break barrels. In 2023, Street Fighter 6 blew the doors wide open. Not only does it have casual modes, better rollback netcode, easier to pick up and play control options, it also has disability support, colorblind options, and modes for deaf people to play, so they know when they have full meter, when they've been hit, and when they've been crossed up, etc. A blind fighting game player won a game at Evolution 2023 fighting game tournament. This is integral to the genre, as now anyone can play fighting games from casuals to disabled people. 15 years ago, we did not have such options to my knowledge, and even if we did have such options, they were never well known or widespread to begin with. Fighting games have changed. Better modes, better netcode, and more ways to play thanks to easier inputs and control schemes. Thank you for watching. Like the video and tell me what you think. Also to the haters that said I know nothing about fighting games and don't even play them, check out my channel. I play lots of fighting games. I love them actually. I love hard to do pretzel input motions and landing them in a well-timed counter attack. I love learning combos as well. Anyway, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.